We all deserve to live in a world where everyone's needs are met without harming the planet. When we produce and consume just enough of what we need, we reduce the amount of waste contaminating our waterways and clogging up our green spaces. And we can use ethical materials to package goods and power our buildings and industries using renewable energy sources. We all have a role to play in helping the UN ensure sustainable consumption everywhere by the year 2030. In 1940s Britain, thriftiness was deemed patriotic. With the Second World War raging and resources limited, rationing controlled what goods people could purchase. Campaigns like Make Do and Mend saw women give old clothes new life. And the government even made food waste a criminal offense, issuing recipe books to encourage people to grow their own food and make the most of what they had. Responsible consumption contributed toward the war effort. What could it achieve today? The global marketplace gives 21st century consumers access to a wide range of goods at cheap prices. But that means our habits as consumers are changing. With so much choice at our fingertips, we are far less likely to repair and reuse old things and far more likely to buy new things instead. With people in developing countries now starting to have access to these products too, that creates an even greater strain on production. But what happens when we are done with things? Where do they go? We dump over 20,000 taxi cabs full of electronic devices every year, but many of them contain hazardous materials that can seep into our water supply if not disposed of properly. It's easier to prevent bad habits than to break them, but good people everywhere are working on both. In the Bahamas, the humanitarian organization Hands for Hunger is collecting surplus food from hotels, cruise ships, and markets and distributing it to those who need it most. In Japan, residents in the village of Kamikatsu recycle almost 100% of all waste products. They separate their trash into 34 categories, including food, aluminum, and paper flyers. And in the US, Nike leads the way in socially responsible production. They've created Nike Grind footwear and clothing range using recycled water bottles and other renewable materials. If we are mindful of our consumer habits and companies are mindful of their production processes, together we can build a world where nothing goes to waste.